Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on the first issue of Sinister Sons. Now as you know, Sinister Sons is basically the more DC villain take on the whole Super Sons that featured Damian Wayne and Jonathan Lane Kent. Here is meant to feature the children of General Zod and Sinestro. And the best I would say about Sinister Sons is basically saying, what if we did a comic book based on two of the most iconic DC villains? So, let's get on with the story. It starts off how, Sinestro's son, Sinsin, is talking about how he got exiled on a desolate planet, and of course is trying to find a way to get back to Sinestro. And we see how Sinsin is doing sketching and all that, and we see how he finds out that his special new weaponry have been made, and of course tests it out to try and prove to his father that he is worthy of the Sinestro Court, and says, sorry father, I'm sure hitting you in the eye would get us off on the wrong foot. Okay. And we see how, Sinsin takes his dog, Lollipop, down to kind of check around the planet Exela. So after doing some investigating, we see how the streets are empty, so of course, much like any son would, tries to follow in his father's footsteps. And of course, points about the targets they're going to hit during the Spice Run, and of course has younger kids to be part of his own Sinestro Corps. And we see how he makes one of them basically part of the Sinestro Corps after proving his worth. And we see how, the son of General Zod, Lord Zod, is basically outcasted and exiled after discovering one of his father's secrets. And he says, here, in my ship, eject object in reserve. And we see how, Ursa's basically given her son a sort of AI crystal. So we see how, Lord Zod wasn't pleased that he got exiled and banished. And this was during the events of Kneel Before Zod, issue number 1. Now, keep in mind that unlike Gods and Monsters Superman, who has a bit of a heart and a moral conscience, this version of Lord Zod in the newer comics is meant to be a bit more arrogant, hypocritical, self-righteous, and believing he's in the right. Well, in the original continuity, he was meant to be the opposite of his father. So after throwing off a hissy fit, he pretty much destroys the sort of AI crystal, despite its kind of trying to warn him not to be like General Zod. So of course, decides to take the planet Exela as a new plan to kind of repopulate and build a new candle. So we kind of see how, after his ship passes by, we see how Sinsin gets the idea to take it and get back to his dad. And after Lord Zod basically breaks through, meets the crime lords and the governor, this is him basically making it clear, I'm in charge now, you do what I say. And after basically beating down the criminals and the governor, he makes it clear about his demands, and that, he wants everything to be the way that General Zod wanted it to be. And we kind of see him saying, spread the word to the good folk of Exela that I don't tolerate dissension. All I expect is defiance and respect. When the planet pledges its feeling and kneels before. And we see how, he tries to get back his ship after it's stolen. And we see him saying, try and steal my ship, huh? You'll regret your rash decision. In a hurry to break orbit, are you? Well, I beg to differ. And this is where we're going to see the Sinister Sons in action, setting up the next storyline. And this is the story. So I feel like Sinister Sons has a good premise. It knows what it needs to be, and I get it, the point of Simpson is meant to be a bit like Lulz Odd. Both of them are following their parents' footsteps, both of them are trying to make a difference, both of them have a deluded mindset. I think it would have worked better had it had Damien's cousin be basically in the role of Sinestro's son, and have it that, yeah, she decides to work with Lulz Odd due to their shared hatred over their sort of nemesises. It would have worked a lot better. But I think the story still deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still right. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.